what's good YouTube? Today we got a video about, I don't know if y'all know who Vincent Fisher is, but I remember like when I was like back in 2022 when I was making fitness content, I remember Vincent Fisher popped up on my For You page, and he was one of those, you know, fitness guys, one of those fitness athletes or whatever. Now I guess like he's one of those red pill alpha male guys, you know what I'm saying? Let me turn this light down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? One of those you know, those guys who you know, make all the alpha male red pill content, you know, get a lot of girls, get a lot of money, all this, that, and the third, which is cool. I have nothing wrong with that, but apparently he's like scamming people out of millions of dollars. Now I'm kind of not surprised by it. You know what I'm saying? This is not me hating, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's the internet, man. People lie every day. So, you know, let's go ahead into this, check this video out and see what it entails. Let's go.
So I wanted to do a little
shout out John Bravo Films, by the way.
Digging and see. And there's this penthouse that this Vincent is always bragging about. Every one of his videos is about this penthouse, right? In Miami on the top floor, right? I wanted to see, you know, does he own it? Does he rent it? What's the story? Because he tries to make everybody believe that he owns this thing, right?
Beat the system. Now I keep $1 million in there, I get another $1 million, I buy a real estate property for $4 million. We're balling.
So there's a new asshole in town. This giraffe-looking piece of shit with pubic hair on his fucking head. I'm looking at him, I'm like, what's wrong with this asshole? But like all the others, he's from Miami. He drives around the same block on Brickell over and over and over with that pubic hair of his flying in the wind because he thinks people need to look at it. Nobody.
John Bravo, I know you were not talking, but I really started flaming your ugly boy. I'm about to get it. No, let me stop. For real though, this dude right here, John Bravo, he gotta be like one of the biggest haters on YouTube. He'd be like, what's up with this asshole? What's up with this guy? Like, what the? But he be dropping some funny content.
Wants to see that shit. He even has a sharmuta by his side, right? From Russia. He says it's his Russian model from Instagram, right? But we all know he ordered that shit in the fucking mail.
You want to know the real reason why I'm successful, bro? It's not because I'm extremely intelligent with a genius level IQ. It's not because I'm unusually tall, sexy, and handsome. It's because I'm delusionally optimistic.
And if you think about it, right, if you look at him, if Peggy Watson and the 7-foot monster had a love child, that would be this asshole, because this asshole, right, look at him coming out of the car looking like that tall giraffe he is. He is actually 7 foot tall with that pubic hair dangling around everywhere. But everyone's been wondering, is his life a lie? How is this 22-year-old kid a millionaire by selling programs to kids? I mean, look, we know how all these guys do it. They do everything for show. Their life is rented. Their life is a lie. So I wanted to take a little bit closer of a look into this.
Look, I tell y'all this almost every video, like when it in regards to these type of situations. That's why, like, I just think like it's such an anomaly for this stuff to happen, and you cannot just run with this and be expecting yourself to achieve these certain levels of success at, you know what I'm saying, a super young age. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying that you have to be careful on who you follow on the internet and who you be, but what you believe, because in this example right here, the person you could be aspiring to be, the person you could be jealous of or envious of, all of it can be fake. All of it can be rented. All of it can be, you know what I'm saying, like essentially on credit. You know what I'm saying? And they could be on the verge of losing everything within quicker than they even came. So I said that to say this. Focus on your own journey. You know what I'm saying? Build your wealth, build success, and keep in mind that no matter how long it takes, always have the goal in mind, because eventually you'll get there, because everybody's story is different. That's all I gotta say about that.
Asshole. And this is what I found.
You guys need to understand that to some degree life is materialistic, right? It's always broke people judging rich people. They're always like, oh, well, I don't need a penthouse, I live in a box. I don't need a hypercar, I have a Honda. You can't get a hypercar.
You can't lie, bro. These jokes do be funny sometimes, and I feel like it's an Andrew Tate spinoff. But these jokes do be funny though, like humorously, not like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like.
And for that reason, you're hating, right? But to some degree, the results in your life reflect that you have the blueprint figured out, right? If I was telling you guys all this shit, but I didn't have a penthouse, I didn't have a Russian model rubbing my shoulders, I don't have 4 million in cars, what's the validity to my statements? There is none.
So when I first saw this asshole, you guys remember one of the greatest movies ever, coming to America, right? I remember it as a kid. Remember that one asshole, the real asshole, Daryl, who was full of himself, looking at himself in the mirror, thinking he's the shit.
I think this dude right here was like the beginning of all the light skin hate. Like this dude right here caused almost every dark skinned person or anybody darker than light to be like, I'm against light skins because of this guy right here, bro. If you haven't watched Coming to America, it's a classic. Go watch it, bro.
Pretending he's this good guy, but in actuality, he was a piece of shit asshole. Well, when I first saw Vincent Fisher and how he's acting with that hairdo of his, I was like, this guy Daryl must have been his idol.
Right? It's very hard to die or go broke if you look like money. Might just seduce somebody, get a goddamn meal, you know what I'm saying? Might just, go into Fry's, wink at the goddamn waitress. Hey, on the house.
I mean, look at the way he was looking at himself.
You can't take any of this stuff seriously, bro. You gotta just take it as a joke. It do be funny, though.
Right? Saying he's so handsome, saying he's so good looking, right? But then that Russian Sharmuta of his, look how he treats her the same way as that asshole Daryl was trying to treat the girls.
Yes, where I'm from, we have to be very aggressive.
I'm all for that, especially with women.
If I was telling you guys all this shit, but I didn't have a penthouse, I didn't have a Russian model rubbing my shoulders, I don't have $4 million in cars.
Take charge. Tell them what to do.
Vincent Fisher, the best man of the world. Yes, yes.
So let's go back a little. This asshole Vinny, he was 17 years old, right? He was a kid. He was skinny as hell, right? So he wanted to get bigger. And he admits here, I'm going to show you in a moment, that he took steroids because people are wondering. You see this guy on camera. You think he's 35 years old. There's no way this asshole is 22, right? Especially when you see how he was just a few years ago. Well, he was selling programs to kids on that transformation, but he didn't tell them, of course, that he was taking steroids.
So with that, so you say you were natty at first. Did you ever experimented or wanted to experiment with like any enhancements?
Yeah. Like after I moved to Miami and stuff like that, play around with stuff. I guess I'm not involved with all that stuff. Anyways, I got up to like 220 during that time. But what happened was I had health issues. And then on top of that, my psychological wasn't on point where I'm like crashing out and I'm like started arguments. I wasn't being the stoic person I am. And then I kind of removed myself from that. That's another reason I've never said this on camera, but that's why I stopped strict reselling fitness programs.
And I always say, when you're a kid and you...
Hey, at least bro admitted it though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, hey, you know what I'm saying? Props to him. A lot of people will go their whole like internet career without admitting any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I've gotten the steroid allegations even when I first started working out. All I gotta say is I'm not on steroids. Clearly, you know what I'm saying? Like if I swear I would be a lot stronger, a lot faster, a lot everything if I was on steroids. But I always tell people that like what I have can be achieved naturally. It just takes years and and takes hard work. You can't just get somewhere without like putting in the work, man. That's with anything. So, but at least he, like I said, at least he admitted it. He kept it a bean. So
take shit like this, it's gonna age you prematurely. It's gonna make you look 10, 15 years, if not more, older than what you're supposed to be. So I always say, kids should stay away from the shit. And you saw how he was saying he had health problems and he had to stop. Well, what happened? His business that he was teaching the kids this shit had to stop too because he was gonna shrink up like a little bitch and he knew nobody would buy the shit, right? So he had another bright idea. The same one as all the rest of these assholes. He's gonna sell people programs on how to coach people to be coaches. It's like a modern day pyramid scheme, right? Without having to go door to door like a little Sharmuta Mary Kay. You guys remember her? It's the same shit.
I coach coaches who coach coaches. Like that's what I do. But I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna say buy my course instead. I'm gonna say, listen, the numbers are there. Obviously, I'm good at what I do. People go, oh, well, you're a scammer. I mean, if I teach you how to go viral, and I teach you how to make money, and I happen to be viral and make money, that's living proof that I know to some degree what I'm talking about.
But in order for his plan to work, right, he has to show that he's making money. He's got the Sharmuta on his side. He lives in a penthouse. He's got Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, all these cars, right? So he had to find a way to get this shit in order to sell these programs.
We're buying a $3.5 million hypercar at 22 years old. Now, I just sent the wire out this morning, so we're gonna run a few errands and go pick that up. But in the meantime, I don't know if I've ever shown the penthouse on the channel, but you guys can see here, this is the spot we got in. And boys, when I say penthouse, I don't mean 40th floor. When I say penthouse, I mean it's 2 stories, and there's absolutely nothing above us if you guys take a look outside. Yes, sir.
So I wanted to do a little digging. And
Can't lie though, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? It's nice having all those things. You know what I'm saying? Like life isn't all about that. But I'll tell you right now, if I was living up in that little penthouse and had all those cars, you know what I'm saying? I'd be flexing it too. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie.
see. And there's this penthouse that this Vincent is always bragging about. Every one of his videos is about this penthouse, right? In Miami on the top floor, right? I wanted to see, you know, does he own it? Does he rent it? What's the story? Because he tries to make everybody believe that he owns this thing, right?
We fucking beat the system. Now I keep $1 million in there, I get another $1 million, I buy a real estate property for $4 million. We're fucking balling. Fuck, I wake up in my 2-story penthouse and decide which $500,000 car to drive. No, I have no boss, nobody tells me what to do. And I'm like, fuck.
So I went and I got the address for the place and I looked it up and I found an old Zillow listing, right? But something was very interesting in this Zillow listing. If you guys take a look here at all these pictures, notice something. Look at the decorations, look at the furniture, look at everything. It's the exact same setup, right? That this asshole's using when he's filming his videos, but this listing is years old. So what's the story of it? So I took it even further. I went to the tax website on the address of the house, and lo and behold, he's not the owner of it, right? I went and looked up the MLS, and it says that it was rented last October, right? And if you look here, I'm going to show his posting on Instagram. The day he moved in, he was posting it and flaunting it on Instagram like he owns it. Now, this is the thing. I can't see the name of who actually rented it. For all we know, it's rented out for movie shoots, photo shoots, pictures, because I spoke to the neighbors there. And they said they only see him there once in a while. So what's the real story? We don't know, but we do know that the asshole's renting the place. So that got me thinking. I'm like, if he's renting this place pretending he's...
I'm not gonna lie, that's wild though, John. That's wild though, bro. I know this is your job and everything, but he took a deep dive into this man's whole situation. And that's what's so scary about the internet too, because I'm like, man, I gotta be careful. Okay, when you're on the internet, you gotta move so much more differently, because like, you got dudes like John Bravo. I'm talking about that'll look up your whole, that'll go like take a deep dive like this, bro. Get forensic on y'all. So, yeah, man, it's kind of crazy.
He's owning it, right? What about that Russian Sharmuta over there? Who says he didn't order that shit in the mail? What about all those cars he drives, right? The cars he drives are from that same shady place other influencers get their cars from. Remember Wes, when he was in the car arguing about not having a title and registration? That was bought from this same place. But I mean, a kid, 22 years old, you know, driving around now, he's saying a $3.5 million car, getting it from that same shady place. So I knew some shady shit is going on, and that got me thinking, all right? This kid still has to have money in order to pull this shit off, right? I remember when he spoke about something, he said, you know, I knew in life that I was going to be successful, whether it was going to be being a criminal or not being a criminal, but he was going to find a way.
Like, the thing is, I was either going to end up ridiculously rich with the right thing or ridiculously rich a criminal. Just because that's how my mind works.
He also was saying how much he loves debt, right? And how he found creative ways to get money and use money to purchase things that wasn't his own.
I love debt, and I think that's why America is the place that people move to go 0 to 100, because you have access to other people's money. There's nowhere else in the world where you have as easy access to other people's money as the U.S. The U.S. is trillions in debt already.
Yeah.
I'd always go over using other people's money over my own. Even when I'm at the highest branches of US banks, right? When I'm at, the banks and they deal with bigger amounts of money that's moving through accounts, you're talking to a different staff. But, I'll speak to these people and they'll say the same thing. They'll go, Vince, none of the wealthy families we work with use their own money. A lot of them use like life insurance policies to not use their own money.
Yep.
A lot of them will just take out loans and stuff to not use their own money. But as a rule of thumb, why would you use your own money when you could use somebody else's?
So when I put all these things together, right, I was thinking, that's what he's doing. He is doing creative things, crooked things, to put this show on for everyone in order to sell all these programs to kids.
Wow. My target audience is people my age. So like the oldest, there's a few outliers in a group of guys that are a little bit older, but as a rule of thumb in general, my guys are in their early 20s, same age as me.
Bro, I'm about to take a deep dive on John Bravo, bro. He too good at this forensic work to be like, hey, bro, he got a whole RICO case built up on this dude, bro.
Oh, wow.
That's
Some guys
crazy,
are 2
man.
years older, but it's kind of like the same exact thing.
And something else I noticed too, how he was saying criminal shit? Look what he says here. Remember how I told you, people were fucking with my channel? I didn't mention names, but we all know who it was, right? Well, what's funny is the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree with all these guys. They must be all connected together because we all know they think the same way. Because look what this asshole admits that he would do to someone.
But I'm in the world of business, right? To some degree, I'm in the education game on a smaller scale. Yeah. So if somebody were making serious, false, defamatory threats against me, if that's even a word, a split second of my mind goes, how much would it cost to delete this person? Not kill them. Like, how much would it cost to take the channel down? Yeah, 2,000. All right, let's do that. I'm not saying that I've done anything like that, but it's crossed my mind. And I think if I'm in the game of just making a few million, right, and there's people that make trillions, do they not think the same thing a little bit? Do they not think, this guy, maybe he had an eye on him, he's got set in the let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just giving an idea. I'm just taking it into account.
So like I said earlier, in order for this asshole's plan to work, he has to sell this stream. He has to sell this lifestyle to kids who are easily manipulated. I mean, that shit's not gonna work on people who are experiencing life, but think about his target audience and think about them seeing the Russian Sharmuta, the penthouse, the cars. They don't want this shit, so what do? They buy his program. In the end, think about it, right? If enough of these assholes buy it, he's gonna end up making money. But to me, he's always just gonna be that giraffe-looking pubic hair piece of shit.
So the problem with most men
There's no way John Bravo actually talks like this with his mouth moving.
is they're unsuccessful in thinking they have the world figured out to the T. I speak to so many men, I'm like, bro, you need to tweak this, you need to do that. They're like, Vince, yeah, but you don't understand, bro, how my mind works. How your mind works does not work. And that's why you don't have results. So you need to drop your ego and switch your mind, learn from somebody that has the results you want in life, and they're inevitable.
Guys, thanks for...
Hey man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below, man. That was a great video about John Bravo. He really put that whole RICO case together on that boy. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. And then y'all got, bro, like I said, y'all got me over 300 subscribers last night. All I had to do was make a post. Man, y'all so real, man. Y'all so trill. So yeah, we're trying to get to 1K. So go ahead and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace out.